Hello, welcome to Trisha's Cards and Crafts and to another of my Monday makes and card sketch challenges. And today's card sketch challenge, it will be coming up shortly so that you can take a screenshot of it if you want to, so that you can maybe have a go at it yourself, which would be great. So long as you make sure you send us what you've made with it as well, that will be brilliant. And this is what I'm going to be using today. I have put this up, the sketch up previously on my my social media, so that you can have a go before you see what I'm doing with it. So hopefully you'll have had a go, or you will have a go with it at it as well. And lovely if you could share your makes. Right, so just 2 minutes and I'll be back with you. Right, hello again. Right, so hopefully you've seen the sketch challenge for this week, and I'm going to be using this DSP, which is from the Softly Stippled 12x12 Designer Series paper, which is part of the Saleabration, which we haven't got for much longer. So I'm making sure I'm using up as much as my of the Saleabration items as I can for the next 2 weeks, because then it'll be gone and we won't see it again, or at least week and a bit. I'm using this sheet here. There's lots of lovely colours in this. We've got this design as well with the roses on. Here we go. This design, and on the back of this one is a grey pebble path, like a watercolour brush stroke wash sort of thing. On the back of this one is like a hessian. I think I've shown this before anyway, you've probably seen this. This is the foliage, and this is in probably wild wheat. And you've got some more canvasy hessian pattern on the back in, looks a bit like Pool Party. I'll show you in a moment. Then you've got this sketch, which I've used on another card before and coloured in. And this one again with the roses, with the flirty flamingo, no, calypso coral on the back. This pattern, which is really pretty, with white on the Pool Party, and you've got another sort of hessian, whatever, canvas maybe on the back of that, in a sort of wild wheat colour. And that's, then also this one, which is very similar to the one I'm using, but with different colours. It is slightly different, it's not the same. And then you've got a wild wheat sort of brushstroke wash on the back of that. Okay, so those are the colours and the papers that are in the pack, and I'm using this one. I don't know why, but I couldn't find any calypso coral, but I think this flirty flamingo goes quite well with it. So I've used a piece, I've got a 5x7 card blank. I've got a piece of flirty flamingo, which is 4 7/8 by 6 7/8. So there's just a very small border around for that. Then I've got 3 strips of the paper. I have to make sure I try and get this right, so that I get the paper there. Right, so that's the way it goes. So there, and there, and I cut it to 4.5 by 6 3/4, or 6 5/8, and I've then cut it into 1.5-inch strips. So there's enough for a small border between each of them, and a small border around the outside as well. I then used a piece of flirty flamingo, and this is 3 1/8 by 1 1/4, I think, and this is 1 1/8 by 3. So I've got that to go down the bottom. I've got a piece of ribbon, which I found, I think, coordinates. I think it's a calypso coral, but I'm not quite sure. But it was in my stash, so it was in a pack of 2 from the Ornate Garden, which is an old pack. So it's not current, I'm afraid. But there's lots of other ribbons I could have used. I could have used one of the white or sheer ribbons that we've got at the moment and coloured it with a Calypso Coral or Flirty Flamingo blender pen, and that would have coloured it so that it would be the same. I've also made a bow out of the ribbon as well, which is going to go on the side. So what I've also done, I've cut, there was a piece of, because I cut a 4.5 inch strip from the 12 by 12 paper, I cut the bit that was left over in half diagonally, just about. I just cut it was just slightly different, and I thought I rounded the corner on it so that it will fit and decorate my envelope as well. So I've got a strip there, and I've also got a strip which will fit on the inside of my card as well, so that will be able to be decorated. So this is how we're going to make it. Oh, that's the idea, and we'll just put it all together. I've also got, I'm using the Notes of Nature Cling stamp set. This is in the mini catalogue, I'm pretty certain, and I'm using just a little note to say hello and thanks for making me smile. I've also got this in case I need it, but I'm not sure yet. I'll see how I get on with this first. If there's more room, I might just stamp that on there as well. Okay, let's do the stamping first, and then we'll stick the card all together. So I've got just a little note to say hello, and I think I will use, what have I got? I could use one of the colours that's in this. So maybe, we'll see what the colours that are used on here. A Calypso Coral, Lost Lagoon, Pebbled Path, Pool Party and Wild Wheat. And I think I might use the Pebbled Path, because I think the Pebbled Path is in there. So I'm going to get that. No, that's not it. Where's it gone? Pebbled Path over here. Here we go. So yes, this is in here. So I will use this one. I want a darker colour for this. And just to say hello, just ink that up. I'm going to put that on here carefully. And hope, yes, it's come out like that. Right, no, don't go on me, please. I'm going to put this underneath this second, and I'm going to use this stamp, and I'm just going to use a little bit coming in from the side there, and a little bit at the bottom here, and at the top there. So that's, I don't think I'm, maybe a little bit more on this side, up here, there we go. I don't want to do too much, I just think that's going to be enough. There we go. And then on the inside of the card, I'm going to put that again. Thanks for making me smile. Put that in the middle. There we go. And I'm going to use this, whatever it is. It's not really a flower, it's more like foliage, but I don't think it's a foliage either, but there we go. I'm going to put that down in the corner here. And I'm also going to put some on the front, on the corner, on the front of my envelope down here. There we go. There we are. So that's my envelope more or less decorated. Right, so let's now put the card together. I can get rid of my ink before I get it everywhere. There we go. Right, so let's get my bone folder to make sure that's nicely creased. There we go. Right, we need some adhesive, so I'll use some Tombow, if I can find it. It's got some ink in it, glue in it. I wouldn't want any ink in it, thank you very much. So, yes. think, no, this is the right side for gluing. So we put some glue on here, not right to the edges as far as possible, but enough on to hold it down. So this goes on here. Just make sure we get a nice border around the outside. Press that down. Now, these are going to go 1, 2, 3. So going to put the one in the middle first. Keep your fingers crossed. I'll get this right. There we go. So this is going to go in the middle, hopefully leaving, bring this down slightly, that's it, and hopefully this is straight, and yeah, I think that's about right. And then I can stick the two on either side, and I haven't put the ribbon on first. Has this gone down too much? Yes, it has. So we will just have to stick that on afterwards and cut it off. Oh, I don't like doing that. Never mind. I meant to have stuck the ribbon on before I stuck the flirty flamingo down so it can go behind it. But it's done now, so I can't take it off. Can't change my mind now. So that's going to go down there like that. And this one on the other side. Put my glue on. And put this down here. Try and get the bottoms and the tops to match up, and then hopefully the same amount of space in between. There we go. So that's my background, as Mike could call it. I'm going to put this down next. Now, I want that to go about there. So I need my ribbon to go about there. So if I put that there, I'm going to put, I need something narrow. I might use this. This is quite about the same sort of width as that. Right, I'm going to use my tearing tape, and I'm going to put it, oops, I need that to go about there, all the way across, hopefully a straight line. I match that up to there, and I'm going to use the edge of my block where I want to rip it off. There we go. So that now should be straight-ish. And I can take this off, and I can put my ribbon over the top. Oops, I want to make sure I don't see any tape. There we go. Right to the edges, and I can use my scissors to cut the ends off. Oops. There we go. So those are my bits that I don't need. And then I'm going to stick this onto here. And I will put the sentiment piece up on dimensionals. The layer. I need to make That's better. So I've got enough of an edge all the way around. And then I need some dimensionals to put, I use 3 there, that, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put that over the top there like that, and then I'm going to use my bow and I'm going to put that on with some, I've got some finger, I'm going to put that on there with some mini glue dots. Here they are. Here we go. So I use 2 of these, 1 to make sure it sticks down nicely without any chance of it coming up, hopefully. There we go. It's going to be held in place nice and securely. So that's going to go there. And I'm just going to trim these edges off a little bit more and make it a little bit shorter. There we go. So I've got my edges of my ribbon done. I will use some dimensionals. Now, what are we going to put on here? Got some somewhere, I think. Nope. Those were from Christmas, I don't think. Oh no, it's not. It's the, whoops, what is it called? They're pretty pink, petal pink and pretty peacock foiled gems, but I think they would look all right on there. Or what else have I got? That would look quite nice. Have I got any of the dark grey? I've got some solid faceted gems, but I don't think these are the right normal ones at the moment. Nope. Ah, these might be nice. This colour here, I don't know what. These are Enamel Dot Essentials. I think these were on the clearance list, so maybe not, because you might not be able to get these at the moment. These were the ones I was thinking of, I think. This colour here. Oh, got the grey. Oh, I've got these. Oh, we got some. I think, yes, there are these as well. Don't know if I've got any of the others left. Yes, I have. I've got some of these, and that's the Pebbled Path, so that might be nice on it. We'll use those. So, here we go. Let's put this away. Moment. Sorry. There we go. And use my take your pick tool. We'll put one here and one. Oops, it didn't come off. Just there, and one small one just there. There we go. Cover my little smudge. There we go. So that's my card. I'm going to, oh, I was going to put this inside here, but now that'll have to go at the top because I was going to put it down there. But because I've got the, I didn't think about that. I'm going to just put that on the inside here, and I will use some Tombow just to put a little bit, add a little bit of interest more inside. Carry the theme over and put that piece here like that. And this strip is the 4.5 inches wide by 3/4 of an inch. So that's that one. And then the envelope, I'm going to finish off the back of the envelope, put some Tombow on this. I mean, you can use, if I'd had a bigger piece, I would have probably covered the whole of the flap, but it doesn't have to be the whole thing. And I think it looks just as effective just having partly covered. But I'm starting at the top, more or less, as near as I can. And I've got a sort of similar margin on both sides. I need a little bit more on the corners here. And another one over here because it didn't go quite to the corner and I need it to. So there we go. Oops, there we are. So I have my, out of the way, those can go away, my card and envelope decorated, and that's what I've made for the card sketch challenge today. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you'll have a go, and I hope you'll share with us, with me and with anybody watching, what you come up with as well. If you want any of the products, these papers, obviously not the ribbon or the stamp set, you can find them at in my online shop. The papers are only available if you for every £45 you spend, and you will get them for free. And the stamp set you can find in my online shop as well. The papers you will only get when you spend the amount of money that you need to be able to purchase them, to be able to get them for free, I mean. So the cards and envelopes aren't available because they don't do this size with Stampin' Up, but you can get them in lots of different places. Okay, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope I'll see you again soon. If you like the videos, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of my videos, you can subscribe to my channel, and if you click on the little bell icon, you'll be notified when I post a new video. Thanks for joining me, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.